Hello there, my name's Dan and I'm a very keen home grower of fruit and vegetables here in Essex in the southeast of the UK. So many of you are aware that I'm a very keen grower of grapes and I've had good results with grapes in the past. I've got a playlist, I'll link some videos down below if you're interested, and there will also be some videos at the end of this video on the screen. You can click on those if you wish, and if you feel like it, you're welcome to like, share and subscribe, and check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram. Okay, so done some ordering and I've had 4 new grapevines arrive. So I've got 3 different varieties, one of which I got 2, so very excited about them and I want to show you them. So let's go. Right, so here we go. Now these came from Victoriana Nursery, okay, and we've got grapevine variety Rhea. Now you can see the price on there, £14.99, okay. So some of you may be thinking, oh, that is very steep. Of course, that's a matter of budget and opinion. But now think about this, the amount of grapes that you can get off of a not even that mature grapevine, okay? Over a few years, that will more than pay for itself, okay? Seriously. What I'll do is show you some grapes later on in this video, some varieties I've got growing, and you'll see just how many a relatively young grapevine can produce. So there we are. So we've got grapevine variety Rhea, and 2 of those. Now actually, they are very good specimens indeed, okay. I'm really happy with them. Okay, the leaves look a little bit crumpled, but that's fair enough. They've been in transit, you know, one would expect that. But these have come from the nursery of Victoriana, which, please don't quote me on this, I think it's in Kent, but check that one out if you wish. So it's come to Essex and they look very good indeed. Okay, so seedless eating grape, beautiful large pink oval fruits, are sweet and juicy, suitable for outdoor and protected cropping, self-fertile. Okay, so how did I hear about this variety? Well, I went round one of my customers to do some gardening work for them, and he had, this was last summer, and he had these grapes, and they were like a real beautiful pink colour, and they're big, you know, good size like that, and just I had to find out what they were. And yeah, so it turns out they're variety Rhea, which is really wonderful. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Slovakian variety. So one complaint people have when growing grapes in the UK is they say, oh, they're always so small. Well, I tell you, this variety Rhea is not small. Google them and you'll find out, okay? Now, what else have we got? So we have this one here. Now this is Reisling, okay, and this is a wine grape. So I'm really excited about this. Okay, now listen to this. Let's see if I can get it right for you. An Alsace white grape, well suited for distinct wine. There you go. Now, I've never made wine before, but it's something I really want to get into. In fact, I don't really have a clue where to start, to be honest, but I am going to read up on it and learn. So at the end of the day, you know, the way that I'm going to be having so much fruit. I need to find ways of sort of preserving it and that sort of thing. So Riesling, a very distinct wine, and or distinct grape rather. So looking forward to that, and it'll just be really nice to see how that comes on. And also, it's going to take a few years to get into growing. So whilst I'm waiting, you know, learning how to make the wine, then it'll be growing away, and then when I'm ready, there'll be loads of grapes for me to pick. So very excited. Now here is another one that I've got, okay, and that is Suffolk Red. Okay, so I'm very happy with this as well. A great specimen once again. I mean, look at that, a really great size of, you know, vine. Okay, you can see all of these are grafted. Seedless eating grape, bright red, bright purple red fruits. Okay, now being early and with good winter hardiness, this is an excellent grape for northern gardeners, self-fertile. So there you go. So if you're in the north and you want a red grape, you know, Suffolk Red could be the one for you, because of course a lot of people want to grow grapes who aren't in, you know, what could be described as an ideal climate, and I think that's great, because yes, here in the southeast of the UK and in this area we do very well with grapes here. Okay, the soil here is sandy and light, very well draining. Grapes love that. Okay, so grapes put their roots down very, very fast, so they can find the water no problem. We can have an issue with watering here because, as you know, southeast of the UK, by UK standards, we don't get that much rain and it's quite warm. The summers are quite sort of long and dry. So there we are. So there's these are 4 grapevines to add to the collection. As you can see, I'm getting rather, things are looking sort of quite busy in here, which I'm really happy about. Okay, so we're in one of my polytunnels here, and you can see this variety, Autumn Royal, okay? You can see these huge bunches of grapes. So for argument's sake, let's say to buy this bunch of grapes was £1.50, okay? And, you know, that vine saves 15 quid, right? So £1.50, 10 of these, you've paid for it, okay? And you keep getting them year on year. I'd say if one wants to garden economically and they like grapes, grapes could be one of the things that could actually save you a little bit of money. That would be quite, you know, certainly an interesting study to make. But I think out of, you know, certainly grapes are very much to do with economical gardening, okay? So this variety here, Lakemont Seedless, I grew this from a cutting, okay? Now this is economical gardening in a nutshell, or rather in a grapevine. So you look at that, it's a cutting I took, didn't graft it. You can see there is a bit of grafting tape there, but that wasn't because of anything apart from the fact that it broke. So I had to sort of tape it to help it repair itself. So my grapevine cuttings that I took, these will be Lakemont Seedless and Muscat Blanc, okay? So yeah, I've got loads of cuttings here. They might even all be, I don't know, they're either Lakemont Seedless or Muscat Blanc, either way. But yeah, so loads of cuttings ready to go there. This here is Muscat Blanc. Yes, very happy. I've noticed that it has set some fruit. Not much, but I'm very grateful considering this is once again is one I took from a cutting and hasn't actually been in the ground that long. This can grow outside, okay, Muscat Blanc. Right, so into one of my vegetable beds here. Now, you can see this is part of a sort of new vineyard I'm establishing, if one will. So I've got another variety down here. I only put this in a short time ago. This is variety Venus, okay, so there we go, absolutely lovely. A lovely blue-black seedless grape, so Venus there. And I've also got one here, and this is Muller Thurgau, eating wine making grape. There you go. So yes, wine making is definitely a thing that I want to get into. So where am I going to put these new grapes? Well, one is probably going to go here, and this will be a Rhea. Okay, it's going to go here, and I can train it. This is southeast facing, this fence, and it does indeed get very, very warm there, so it should do well. And of course I can train it up there. Got to excuse the supplies here, but you know, as one, yes. So I'm probably up to about 8 different varieties of grape now, which, you know, I'm really, really happy about, and it's going to be interesting to see just how many grapes that I get from here. But yeah, so there we go. Any comments, questions or whatevers, please feel free to post below. You can always check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram if you're interested. Now, I did have a very good question the other day, and that was what grapevine, you know, what grape varieties would I recommend people to buy? So from personal experience, I would definitely have Lakemont Seedless on the list, Muscat Blanc on the list, Rhea on the list. They're 3. I've owned Muscat Blanc and Lakemont Seedless and had crops from them. Rhea, I've seen it in all of its glory, does very, very well indeed, and you'd probably be safe with all the other varieties that I've got. You know, Reisling for a wine, you know, end of the day, everybody's heard of, you know, Reisling wine and things, haven't they? So yeah, any comments, questions on grapes, whatevers, please feel free to post below. Sorry if I've not answered too many questions of late. This weekend I'm hopefully going to be going through and answering questions. There we go. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for viewing.